the ADSEP boards are for generally 6 years or more into your career. And then you also mentioned like E8s. What about E9s? How often do you see like a sergeant major or like I don't think that the sergeant major or the Marine Corps would ever face an ADSEP board, but if he did, is it even legally possible for him to face one? Because there is no enlisted higher than him, than than Sergeant Major Wes, the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. So
That's a great question that I don't frankly know. I don't know if the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps face an ADSEP board, because who the hell's on the ADSEP board, right? But maybe not, who knows? Hey, let's get, hey, Pete, come on down. Hey, Pete, we need you, Pete, come on down.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we can call Pete over here and he can do what he's gonna do, right?
I
No,
mean,
but you
so hypothetically, I mean, some people can go rogue. I mean, just because you are the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps does not mean that you could get yourself into a nefarious
Yeah,
situation.
it's probably not gonna go ADSEP board because of the publicity of it. However
Yeah, yeah.
however, I've represented a division sergeant major. So
Okay.
you think that that can't happen? I represented a on the o it can happen on the officer side too. It's typically enlisted, but on the officer side, they call it a show cause board, where it's even more insidious because now you have to show cause for retention. The burden's on you, Captain Smith. Burden's on you, Colonel Jones, to show why you should be retained in the Marine Corps or the Army or whatever service you're in. And so I had a case. It was a Marine. It was an '06 getting ready to make a star, essentially a base commander who got in trouble with some text messages to subordinates, and they took him to a show cause board. You know
Mm,
who my board members were? All general officers.
yeah. Well,
2 1 stars and a 2 star. Yeah, that was a different beast altogether. And so
I
play to
bet.
know your audience, like play to you better know how to brief commanding generals or flag officers. And guess what? The captain they're gonna give you is not going to cut it. In that case,
Yeah. Yeah.
they detailed him an experienced lieutenant colonel, which was great to work with. In that case,
Mhm.
we didn't get Kyle Trask. We had a very experienced '05, and we had a good result in that case. But we see that as well. And in case you have a E9, well, guess what? You're getting E9s on your panel. There's going to be more senior than you, and senior is in time of grade, not necessarily position. It's grade, time and grade. So I guess in theory, if the sergeant major of the Marine Corps, they'll try to find some Marines who are more senior than he is, not by position, but by
Time and grade.
yeah, I don't know on that question. I think it'd be time and grade. I don't think that will
Yeah.
ever happen, but that's an interesting hypothetical. But the reality is you may see a brigade sergeant major or a division sergeant major or a master gunnery sergeant or a senior master gunnery sergeant, and they will just find people more senior than you, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
will do that. And if they have to take people from outside the area, they will do that. I've seen people at a case where I had a very senior enlisted Marine in Iwakuni. They flew people up from Okinawa because they didn't have anyone in Iwakuni. There was no one in Iwakuni that could do the board, so they flew people from Okinawa, which they can do. They can bring people from outside the area too.